Hey guys, thank you for joining me. This is the first episode of Reppin' with Gina G. And tonight I'm joined by an array of guests to discuss the first preseason game against the Packers. So, strangely, this is the one and only time the 49ers are meeting the Green Bay Packers on the 2022 NFL schedule. But, it's still somewhat of a rivalry, albeit not a huge one, despite the jabs Aaron Rodgers still takes at the 49ers. Either way, we're here to sit down with some of my esteemed colleagues and 49ers fans, as well as Packers fans, to talk some preseason football. So we will be discussing Trey Lance, the Green Bay wide receivers, the 49ers defense, Aaron Rodgers' potential to win yet another MVP, maybe for the fifth time. And then we'll make our predictions for the season record for each team. And, if the conversation goes astray, so be it. So without further ado, I'm going to start by introducing my guests, starting with who's repping the Green Bay Packers. And let's bring in, starting with Jason. Hi, Jason. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, Gina. Yes, my name is Jason. I am a huge Green Bay Packers fan. First and foremost, Gina, it's a delight to be on your show. I'm looking forward to talking Niners and Packers tonight. Loyal Packers fan out here in Fresno, California, the heart of the central San Joaquin Valley, just down the road from where Gina's based. This is in the Bay Area. This is going to be fun, Gina. Looking forward to talking football tonight.
Awesome. Thanks. I'm so glad to have you join me tonight. And next we have Mark. And hi, Mark. Nice to see you again, too.
You too, Gina.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
I am Mark. I am a two-share Packers owner from Nebraska. I've only been a fan for 44 years now, so I'm still kind of on the fence whether I'm going to stay a Packers fan or not, but I think I'll stick with them. Looking forward to talking tonight, though.
Okay. And thank you for joining us tonight. And then I'm going to introduce my 49ers family. These are people that I know personally. And one I'd like to get to know a little bit better, starting with my sis, Crystal Peachy B. What's up, sis?
What's up? You know what it is. It's faithful to the Bay, all up in here. Nitty gritty Niners all day, every day.
That's right.
Repping the 49ers. I've actually been faithful for 42 years.
Yes.
So die hard. I used to live in the Bay Area and now I live in the South. So yeah, I've been repping my 49ers. Jason, how are you a Packers fan in the Bay? That's what I want to know. That's insane.
My friend, I'm a Packers fan in the Valley, not the Bay.
Oh, got you. Okay.
It's all good, though. Geographically speaking, we're close, so I'll let you have that one.
but I'm happy to be here and doing this right here. Like you said, the 49ers Packers has become a rivalry, for the playoffs especially. It definitely has been. So that's cool. We've both been on top for a minute now, It seems like. So
absolutely.
It's pretty awesome. But I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad. Thank you so much for joining me on such a late evening for you over there. And next we have Ron E. Niner, who I actually met once on another podcast, but it was briefly. Welcome to the show, Ronnie Niner.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, faithful? Finally, football is back, baby. Excited. Thanks for having me on. Yep, some of you guys may know me as Ron E. Niner on Twitter. Do a couple of shows, have my own show. Not going to plug myself in right now, but it's all about Gina tonight, baby. Let's go. Thanks for having me, Gina.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And last but certainly not least is my partner in crime, Adam, who is the head of the new network I'm part of, Driving to the Top Productions. Hey, Adam, and just a side note, he's a Steelers fan, so he's going to be a little impartial here. I
What's
don't know.
up, guys? What's up? How are we? This is the first night I got to meet Miss Crystal. Nice meeting you. I know it's late and you got to get up early, but you know what? At least you'll be excited because we're talking Niners, right?
That's right.
And that's the way to go. Mark, I'm sorry, Crystal, I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Mark, nice seeing you again, buddy. We just had that nice Green Bay Roundtable. Me, you, and Jason were involved. The Clayton Packers full access was there. And then on my other side, we had the Niners. You guys were both there for a little bit. It was fun. And next year, Crystal will maybe get involved and we have our little fun table again.
Sounds great.
And we have some comments going on. I didn't get to the earlier ones, but yep, we've got some people who are excited about having Ron on the show. Look, Izzy in the house saying, "Ron, no way, let's go." Ron has a fan.
Yes, sir. What's up, y'all?
And Ty saying it's been a playoff rivalry since the 90s, Young versus Favre, absolutely. And yes. And so also, Boats here says it's nice to have a neutral fan in the house. So Adam, you're more than welcome, apparently.
I like it. I have a feeling this is gonna be fun. I love it. I'm not sure how much reffing I can do from out here.
So you can shut us off.
And this probably not.
It's been one of the the better rivals to watch. Definitely. I did read a comment over there, and yeah, since the 90s, this has definitely been a great playoff environment with the Niners and the Packers, going all the way back to Brett Favre days. Yep. I look forward to the playoff football between these two teams. I mean, the regular season is nice, but the playoffs, you have all that extra added drama on top of it. Win or lose, winner goes on, loser goes home. We all know we all know the way the playoffs work. Sometimes Des Bryant doesn't catch a ball. Sometimes he does.
Yep.
Just one of those mysteries right now. Did he? Didn't
he? Get your popcorn ready, Adam.
Hey, yo, quick shout out to my guy Ty, though, man. He is faithful to the core, bro.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He actually shows a lot of support. He's always on my timeline, giving props and liking my tweets and retweeting and commenting. I just love the faithful. And I don't know about you Packers fans, but 49ers Twitter can be in an uproar at times, but I don't know what fan base isn't. But we are fully supportive of each other when need be. So, hey. But yeah, let's start with the first topic. So I wanted to talk about really quick, the last time we met was the NFC Divisional in the frozen tundra. I know the teams look different now. Jimmy G moved to QB4, still technically on the roster, but now the 49ers have moved on to Trey Lance. And you guys noticeably don't have Devontae Adams anymore. And so now it's going to be, somewhat different faces. And I think it's going to be still a great division for each. Obviously we're going to be a bigger competition for the Rams, and you guys are still dominant in the NFC North, but probably your biggest competition, I think, are the Vikings, if that. So, but let's start with the first topic. I want to get into 49ers first, since this is a 49ers based show. Trey Lance, and how much stock can we put into his training camp performance and preseason games? I read that he was going to be doing maybe like games 1 and 3. We know that, preseason, you can't really hold much stock in preseason games. We kind of saw what he did, in the game against the Texans last season, and the first half was shitty and the second half was better. I was at that game, actually. And then training camp, he's, it's been kind of rough. And then this, yesterday was much better for him, but then you didn't have like two of the big defensive guys out there. They were noticeably missing, and there's just so much like hate all the time. And so I wanted to get your guys' perspective. We don't have another Niner person in there, but Adam, you could certainly talk about that. In Green Bay, of course, we want to hear what you guys have to say. So the floor is yours, whoever wants to go first.
Yeah, I'll kick us off with Trey Lance. I think for me, the question here really comes down to what your expectations as a fan of Trey Lance are. That's how much how much stock you're going to put into how he's performing. Real football fans know that it's a process, and he's a young quarterback. So if your expectations were that Trey Lance was going to come in and light it up, you're probably having a rough offseason or a rough training camp. If you have real knowledge of the game and respect the process, and understand that Kyle's probably out there wanting certain looks, wanting to perfect certain route concepts, and wants certain throws at certain times, on certain sides of the field, then you understand that if you're focused on completion percentage, that's probably not a stat that's going to describe what Kyle's really trying to do. And as a fan, you don't know that, so I'm not putting too much stock into it. He's out there practicing. I expected him to come in and have his ups, have his downs. And I expect that to be transition. It's going to be part of the growing pains that we're going to see as a fan in preseason and in the season. So, yeah, I'm not really too concerned about it.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you there. Crystal, you want to chime in?
The only thing that I wanted to add to that, because that was a very good summation of what I was actually going to say for the most part. A lot of people are being really, really hard on this kid. They have to remember that he is still very young, and he's also very, very raw. And he is going to go through a lot of ups and downs, not to mention the fact that he is just now, like, this is the first time that he's had the opportunity to really get out there and have a training camp with the ones. Like, when he was out there in training camp last year, he wasn't with the ones last year. He was with the twos and even sometimes the threes. So now that he's out there with all the starters and he's, around that environment, it's going to be different. And like he just said, Kyle's got him out there working on different things, and a lot of people don't know what exactly Kyle is expecting out of him, and all the different routes and all the different things that he lines him up and to do, and all the different things he has him doing out there. He wants him to do certain things that he knows that he probably cannot do yet, just to kind of see kind of where they are. It's kind of like stepping stones. He's just trying to see, like, what do we need to work on? What do we still, because if a lot of people just seem to forget, damn, this is training camp. It's practice. So you practice makes perfect, and you have to practice and practice and practice. And sometimes, it takes a year. It takes, whatever it takes, but he's going to get better. He's had some good days. He's had some horrible days. He's had some kind of average days, and then he also has had some great days, just like any other quarterback around this league. They have good days and they have bad days, and they have their ups and downs, and they throw picks and they do this, and depending on who's out there on the other side of the ball can also make a difference with that too. So I think my only thing is I just want people to kind of just remember what we have going on here, that we're dealing with a young, raw quarterback, that this is his first time, really like seriously getting this team as his team, where he knows that he is QB1.
Yeah, I agree. And I think too, we need to hold Shanahan a little responsible too going forward. After, I want to wait until games, the first 3 games of the season. that's when I want to make an assessment of what we need to look at, because I'm not all about blaming the quarterback. I'm just not that way until I see, like, are they doing the same thing over and over and not learning?
Right.
So I like to go with, how is the coach helping? Yeah, is it, the quarterback not picking up on what the coach is dropping, So I definitely want to see, okay, like, because last season, I admit I was shocked as shit when I found when the 49ers, like, after that slump, and like we still made to the NFC Championship. Like, what the hell? We had no business going there, after that abysmal first half of the season, So, and I mean, having Jimmy, that was just a whole nother story. But I definitely agree with you. He's a raw talent. This is his team now. We definitely gotta, see what he can do. And I don't think training camp is any, indication of what he's going to put out there. Not preseason, even game one,
Right.
we're going to see it. So, Adam, did you want to add anything?
Is Rodgers playing tomorrow night, boys?
No. Rodgers probably won't play at all.
Nope.
I was just wondering if he was going to go to work on Womack, because it looks like Womack's going to be in that starting defensive back role for the Niners tomorrow. Or Friday, not tomorrow. I think today's Thursday.
Oh yeah. I know, because we were originally going to do it Thursday, I think, but then I think you had the Browns thing. Yeah.
Do you guys do the Niner people like this Womack kid?
I love Womack. Yeah, I was big on Womack, and I was big on Burford since the get-go.
Oh yeah,
I like Burford.
And it was just a matter of time before Womack inserted himself into the starting lineup.
Looks like he's been taking first team reps all week.
Yeah, that was a position I was really curious to see. Safety too. I wanted to see that battle between Moore and Hufanga, or us getting a 3 safety look. But nickel's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Burford, I was just talking about that on our show that we did tonight. Burford, man, I think the 49ers might have something with him. I think we always, every year, there's always that one. I think that Burford might be that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we really did the damn thing getting Burford.
Yeah.
One of the things for me that I think you would touch on it real quick, Crystal.
Sure.
It's the team that you're playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
And when Lance is out there in training camp, he's going against the Niners defense. And we're going to talk about them later, but that's pretty good defense that he's going up against. So you've got to take that into account as well when you're looking at his numbers in training camp.
Absolutely.
It looks like your Packers had a bad day in 2-minute drills today, boys.
Well, let me tell you something here, Ad.
Now wait just a damn minute, sir.
That's
and we move forward. We move on to Packers. And I do want to talk about the wide receivers. But you know what? Let's go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just bouncing back and forth trying to keep everyone involved.
I love it. But actually,
you're doing great.
we have someone in the comments, Izzy, who has a question for Jason and Mark. Is
do we?
Bakhtiari going to be back for the Bakhtiari going to be back for the opener versus the Vikes? And do you think Amari
Rodgers
ever gets? I have my no glasses on, but you can read it. Ever gets a shot? What happened with Lazard holdout?
Lazard actually re-signed, didn't he, Jason?
Yeah, Lazard. Yeah, Lazard did re-sign. They re-signed him shortly after they lost Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I think he went to Kansas City. And so when Valdez-Scantling left shortly before Devontae was traded, they had no choice but to re-sign Lazard.
And as far as Amari Rodgers, he's going to get a shot. He's really going to have to prove himself, because it looks like Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard, Sammy Watkins are all not going to play in at least this first preseason game. So you're going to be looking at the rookies, and you're going to be looking at Amari Rodgers. The biggest thing for him is the ball and making sure that he values the ball, because on punt returns, And kick returns, it was a coin toss whether he was going to catch it and what he was going to do with it. I would love to see the guy succeed, and he's got some talent to be able to do well, but he's got to be able to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, I totally.
It sounds like he's not going to be. I don't think he'll be ready for the start of the season.
Yeah, Mark, I totally concur with everything you just said. And, regarding Bakhtiari, that back probably is still bothering him. We all know that's been well chronicled that his back has been giving him issues the last several years. And this guy is the anchor of their offensive linemen. And when you look at their depth chart right now, just on the offensive line, it's not very impressive, to be honest with you. They have an aging veteran in John Runyon going into camp. They have Josh Naaman at left tackle. They have currently right now Jake Hansen at right guard and then Royce Newman at right tackle. So, yeah, they need Bakhtiari back. But when he comes back, it's anybody's guess. And then when he comes back, we have to find a way to keep him on the field because he is the anchor of that line. We need him there and we need him healthy.
I think what I was seeing is that Royce Newman and Josh Naaman would be the starting tackles until Bakhtiari gets back. Yeah,
if that holds up, and assuming neither of those two guys get injured, you're right, Mark. I think they're first in line on the depth chart.
Yeah, and then there'll be once Bakhtiari comes back, then there'll be some shuffling between guards and tackles trying to figure out who's going to play where, but they've got the personnel to be able to shift, and they did that all last year.
Yeah.
I know I've been saying I really believe the Packers wanted Trevelyan Burks. I really thought that was their target in the draft.
I did too, but I'm happy with who we got.
I like Christian Watson too.
Watson's good. Romeo Doubs has been awesome in camp. It seems like every day somebody's talking about a wow play that he made and the catches that he's made. So he could be the difference maker that we need.
Yeah, and look, the Green Bay Packers are noted for finding some diamonds in the rough, especially in the draft. I remember when they took Nick Barnett, the linebacker out of Oregon State. He didn't come out of college really with a lot of ballyhoo, but he turned out to be one of the best inside middle linebackers that played in the NFL when he was there before he left for Buffalo as a free agent. So, the Packers do a great job of scouting and evaluating and drafting talent. And they probably have picked out a couple diamonds in the rough, especially with Watson. I'm really excited to see what he's going to be able to do in the preseason and beyond if he makes the roster, which we know he will.
Yeah.
And we do have a question from Boats. He says, does Cobbs have anything left in the tank?
Well, Mark, I'm going to defer to you on that one.
He does have a little bit left in the tank, and I think that one of the keys is that Aaron Rodgers likes him, and he trusts him.
He does.
Absolutely.
And so, you get him in a slot and just run him a quick slant over the middle. Rodgers will find a way to get him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's not going to be great. He's not going to put up 100 yards and 3 touchdowns or anything like that, but he's going to get you first down here and there.
Yeah, Mark, I would just also like to add too that the one guy that we haven't really mentioned about who I think is actually the most important key to this offense this year is Aaron Jones. I mean, that's me, because when you look at
line up on the slot and let Dillon be in the backfield, or
and obviously, for obvious reasons, look, Aaron Jones is a guy that can catch 70 to 80 passes out of the backfield, or he's a guy that can get you 2,000 some odd yards from a line of scrimmage. I think right now, given that their biggest playmaker is gone and now playing in Las Vegas, being Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, in my mind right now, going into camp, is going to be their biggest playmaker heading into the regular season. I think he's going to be the guy that has to steer this offense when they can't rely on Aaron Rodgers on occasion. Mark, do you agree?
I agree. Like I was saying, A.J. Dillon is also a beast, but I think a lot is going to depend on what they can get out of Lazard and Watkins and Watson and Doubs. What they're able to do as receivers is going to impact what they can do with Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
They're him out to cover for the deficiency at wide receiver, or if they can leave him in the backfield and do kind of what they did last year with Dillon coming in on third downs and just either giving him the ball and letting him slam up the middle into people, or he can catch it as well. He showed that last year.
Yep.
There is a lot of Packers questions coming across the board right now.
and I appreciate all of them.
Packers represent.
The thing is that we do have an outline that we are trying to stick to, but hey, this is great. I mean, if this segues into something else, I'm not going to stop it. So
I guess it's because well, I guess what it is because we have like so much 49er content that we shove down people's throats, and they don't get a lot of Green Bay content. So when they have like awesome Green Bay people on here that really know what they're talking about, they're probably intrigued the hell out of them. Like, hey, this is who we need to ask all these questions that we have to.
Let's
people
go.
That actually know what the hell they're talking about.
Right.
Keep it coming, T-Sads.
Okay.
Fine with me.
Okay, let's get to the real question. Are the Packers going to win the division?
Oh, yes.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, seriously, like, do you guys, how do you feel about what the Lions have now? Like, what they're working with?
They're the Lions.
Okay, case closed.
All right. What else do you want?
The Bears.
Do you know what I said earlier on our show? We had a Lions fan that was on there, and they were talking about Hard Knocks, and they were trying to poke fun of us, saying that our quarterback situation looks like it's going to be kind of like the Bears situation, and laughing and stuff. And people had things to say, but the one thing that I did say, I said, well, the one thing that I will say, regardless of what the Lions record will be, because we pretty much know that it's the Lions. I did watch their first episode of Hard Knocks, and they do have heart. And apparently a lot of their rookies are musically talented. So I said, hey, I mean, they will provide a lot of entertainment and they will be competitive. But like you said, they're still the Lions. So they're still going to be, it's just what it is. They're going to be competitive. Kind of, I mean, they were in some games last year, but
they got like that massive TikTok video going around right now with that one guy catching a shirt and Aiden leading the dance squad.
Right. Doing Billy G. Yeah.
I saw a couple of things down on the bottom from Melissa. To answer your first question, Melissa, Elgton Jenkins is back. He's going to be all right. He's going to play left tackle at the start of the season anyway, with Bakhtiari out. And then I saw your other comment about Lions winning the North, and again, no. And that's all I got to do on that.
She has. Does Jair Alexander get saved for week 1 or preseason 3, the dress rehearsal?
Preseason 3, with his injury history, I think they preserve him as much as they can.
I'm going to go down the list here real quick of who's not going to play. We've got Rodgers, Dillon, Jones, Cobb, Lazard, Watkins, Jenkins, Bakhtiari, Lewis, Tunyon, Crosby, Alexander, Stokes, Douglas, Gary, Campbell, Amos, Savage, Clark, Reed, Lowry, and Smith. So, Adam, you and I are on the bench for this game. We're next up.
I did see another question too, Mark. Quay Walker and Devontae Wyatt, they were asking someone said something about what you guys thought of those two guys, the 2 picks out of Georgia. I did see something up there, but I think it was up in the comments a little bit ago.
You want to take that, Jason?
Yeah, Quay Walker is interesting. I think the talent and the skill set is definitely there. But the one thing the one thing I'm concerned about with Quay Walker is, will he be able to make that transition from the collegiate game to the program? And I know that's kind of an unfair assessment to label on him, because there have been a lot of great collegiate players that haven't been able to translate their success into the NFL. Lions fans, I'm talking about Andre Ware here. But when I look at Quay, though, when you see him play, he's a very instinctive player. He has the skills. He has, it seems like he has the pedigree to be a great player, but it's really going to be interesting to see how well he sizes up against some of these bigger receivers in the NFL, especially not so much in the NFC North, but just elsewhere in the NFC. Is he going to be able to stick with these guys when they push him off the line of scrimmage? Is he going to be too overly aggressive where he's drawing a lot of flags? Because he has been, and I think he played collegiately at Georgia, if I'm not too much mistaken. So he was very aggressive when he played for the Georgia Bulldogs. So, will he be able to translate all of that talent into the pro game the way he did at college? That's the one thing I'm going to be looking out for this year.
I was just looking here. He ran a 4.540 at the combine and did the 3-cone drill in 7 seconds. So those are both really good marks for him.
Yep,
and
they're excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, I'll touch a little bit on Devontae Wyatt. He's gonna take some pressure off on the inside, and that's gonna enable defensive tackle. His name escapes me right now.
The guy you're thinking of is it's not Kenny Clark. It's who is it? Maybe it is Kenny Clark, or is it Jerron Reed?
Yeah, it is Kenny Clark. They're going to move
Kenny Clark?
him. I've seen that he's been getting some reps at defensive end instead of defensive tackle.
Okay,
So
got it.
make that thing as well with Wyatt kind of helping out in the middle.
Got it. Yeah.
All right,
We
Packers
have
just
a-
got drilled with a million questions.
Yeah.
Anything else out there?
Bobby Tunyon, give you guys another healthy year before we move on to some, I guess, predictions.
I think Tunyon, he's still got some work to do. Last I knew, he was still in street clothes not playing at all in training camp right now. But it's going to be tough for him to get back from that injury. And as late in the season as it was, it's going to take him a little time. So I don't think he's going to be himself at the beginning anyway, but he's another player that's got some hands and he's got Rodgers' trust.
Okay. We did not, before we move on to the predictions, we got to talk some Niners in the NFC West. So, Ron, why don't you start us off? I personally think it was a fluke that the Rams beat us in the NFC Championship game. What are your thoughts on who's going to dominate the NFC West this season?
I don't know that I'm going to use the word dominate because there's still divisional games. They're bloodbaths. So the Cardinals are pesky. We all know that. They're annoying.
Mm-hmm.
They're a pain in our ass every year, all the time. And I hate losing to them, especially in Arizona. I never hear the end of it. I hate it. Losing to the Cardinals is probably the worst L I take all year.
It's like losing to the Seahawks.
Because that's all they care about over here is beating the 49ers. That's their Super Bowl.
Right.
So I think we'll split with them. I still think we have the Rams number. The Rams are really shallow. They're really top heavy. Like I get that's worked for them. They got a Super Bowl, and now everybody seems to think that's the formula, and that's a successful formula. By all means, have at it. But I still am a firm believer in Kyle over McVay. I know they got us.
Me too.
We can. Yeah. That's a conversation for another day. But I still think we come out on top, and hopefully, finally, I care more about beating Russell Wilson than I do the Seahawks. But I think we're going to get the Seahawks this year. So, yeah, I don't want to say dominant. To be honest with you, I'm a realist, but I do think they're going to come out on top this year for sure.
Peachy, what do you think about how we're going to just run across the division or the whole NFC? Like, what do you think? Like, what do you envision?
First of all, I'm glad to see Ron's face. You do not look bad.
I know. I was like, he's hiding that face. He just has a hat on and a beard.
Goodness.
I usually don't come on unless I'm in my studio, and I'm not in my studio.
Oh, you look fine. Stop.
I know.
You're such a smooth talker.
What's that?
I said, Crystal, you're such a smooth talker.
Thank you.
Is Tyron Davis Price going to make this team?
Yeah, he is.
Is he going to be possibly a 1 or 2 guy?
1, 2, or 3. Wilson. People sell out. I mean, people are really quick to always sell Wilson short. I'm not.
Because I think the Steelers were looking at one of your running backs. I think Sermon.
everybody is looking at our running backs. There's several teams
exactly.
Well,
that
your
are
big guy
salivating.
apparently is hurt right now. Najee is hurt.
Yeah.
So they were looking at Sermon or
Who?
one of your other running backs. Najee
Elijah?
Harris is hurt right now.
He's a Steeler.
Who, Harris?
Najee Harris?
Yeah,
He's
he's
not a
hurt.
49er.
And that's why the Steelers are
he's
looking at your
hurt.
running
So
backs.
Oh,
so
okay, gotcha.
they're waiting to
Mhm.
see what running backs that we're gonna
Oh, I'm sorry, I
move
misheard
away
you.
from.
Yeah.
I
Right.
did
Oh, yeah,
read
it's
that.
gonna come.
I did read that today.
Yeah.
And I also heard Cleveland was looking at Jimmy G today too, with the whole Watson shenanigans
think,
I'm
going
not
on.
surprised.
With the 49er, with the running back situation, as a coach, the way you got to look at it is which one of these guys am I going to cut that other teams aren't going to be quick to pick up?
Right.
That's what it's going to come down to. Because, like, if you cut, like,
None
let's
of them.
say, yeah, if you cut, yeah, whichever one you cut, like, which one's going to clear waivers for you to stack back on your practice squad?
None of them. All four of
am-
your running backs on the roster right
That's
now.
why it's so hard. Like, if you cut Hasty, chances are he may clear waivers and you can bring him back. But anybody
There's
else,
no-
there's no way. I don't think so.
Hasty is the one that's pretty much gonna be out.
I think I've had him as an odd man out. I know a lot of people are high on him, but
I
if you had to
used to
cut him
be.
as a coach, I'm like, if I cut Hasty, I probably have a chance of him clearing waivers and me bringing
Right.
him back. Anybody else,
Store him on the practice
I've
squad.
lost
Yeah.
them. Yep, I've lost them. They're gone.
Even the other one, what's his name? Oh God, see, that's what happens when I get tired. The
Sherman, Price, Hasty, Wilson,
the
and Mitchell.
No,
Jordan Mason's probably
and
going
then,
to make the team. Too.
Mason.
The undrafted free agent.
So you have 6 running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have like a ton of running
They
backs.
carry 4, so
Yeah. Jordan Mason. So it's gonna be crazy. Anyway, to answer your question, Gina, sorry about that.
Yeah.
I agree with Ron. I don't believe the 49ers are going to dominate the Rams. I do, however, believe that we're going to beat the Rams, and I am very happy that we play them both of our games are early.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really like that because if I'm not mistaken, both of the games are before our bye week, right?
Let me see.
Which
here.
is awesome.
Yeah, we get them
Okay.
out the way before the bye.
I love that.
Mhm.
And the bye is really good this year too. Splits right down the middle. I hated the bye last
Yeah.
year.
So
Yeah, you get them right before the bye and then in week
Right.
4. 4 and
Yeah.
7.
So that's
Yeah.
that to me is advantage 49ers. I like that also because Matt Stafford, some people behind the scenes think there might be a little bit more going on with Matt Stafford's arm than they're trying to let out.
Yep.
And so that could be something that to keep an eye on right there. So that could be another reason why that we should be glad that we have them early right there too. So I think that the games will not be dominant, but I think that we'll do what we normally do during the regular season and take them out. So not worried about that.
I see
That's
Jason
what
asked
I-
you guys a
I do
question
think.
as well. Not to interrupt you, Case.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
I mean, Peach. Do we call you Peach? Is that what we go with?
Peachy or
It's
We'll go with
Peachy.
Peachy. We'll go with
Mhm.
Peachy.
Okay.
Jason has a question for the Niner guys.
Yeah, Niner fans, I have to know right now, is Kyle Shanahan on the hot seat?
I wouldn't say
You've
hot
heard this
seat, but the
before.
juror's still out on Kyle.
I would have to think that patience is running real thin, not only with you guys, but with John Lynch as well. What do you think?
Yeah, it's one of those situations where, like, I won't snitch, but if you point, I will not.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion where like last season on my other podcast, Reppin' a NorCal Sports Show, I had a whole episode 17. It
Mhm.
was one of the most downloaded episodes of my
Yes.
show
It was
called Shanna Can't.
Can. Yes.
And I just reamed him. But I feel like he is not as elite as we think he is. But I'm not going to just throw him under the bus. Look, who am I, right? Like, I am nobody. But I'm just saying, like, is he as elite as we think he is? I think he's a freaking genius with his playbook, his offensive genius, yes. But is he elite? So let's see, because I have all my faith in him, all my faith in Trey Lance. Let's go. Let's do this.
I think that, in my opinion, I think that if Kyle had not drafted a young quarterback, like a brand new quarterback, I think that he definitely would have been on the hot seat. I don't think he is at this time because I think that this gave him a little bit of time. So like this basically, gave him some breathing room. So he could.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So
the biggest thing
it was like a life preserver. This gave him like a life preserver to try to get to where they need to get to. The funny thing about John Lynch that was hilarious is Lynch was offered like to take a position at Amazon, making way more than he makes now, and he turned it down.
What?
To stay here, like to make way more millions than he makes now.
Yep.
And he turned it down to stay here and said that he started something and he was trying to finish it before he left. So he's just trying to get us, hopefully, to win a Super Bowl before he leaves and he goes to Amazon. But he was offered to go to Amazon, like they really wanted him really bad, and he turned it down to stay here or whatever. So I would say that Kyle's definitely got some breathing room.
If I was Amazon, I would have worked something out with John Lynch to be working from the office and still being the Niners owner. Holy cow.
Right. Come on, Jeff Bezos, hit that prime delivery, baby, and get Lynch in your front office, man.
It was crazy. It was like crazy money because like all these people that Amazon stole, like a lot of these entities are mad at Amazon because they're pissed because they just went around like just picking people up and just paying them like all this huge amount of money and just taking them from these networks and these organizations and entities and everything and just putting them there so they could just blow up and whatever. So
I don't think Melissa liked. I don't think Melissa liked the Kyle Shanahan question.
Oh no. Yeah.
There's definitely that Aaron Rodgers question on the board right now.
Yeah. And to answer that question, Melissa, no.
I mean, we ask that question every year in Pittsburgh about our head coach because he seems to be one and done in the playoffs since we lost to Green Bay.
Packers fans, as far as I know, love LaFleur. Yes. I know another Packers fan, and they're like, sign that guy to another extension. Like, keep LaFleur. So,
Adam, what's that statistic you had when we were talking before? Or was it you or was it Clay that was talking that? No, it was Clay. That LaFleur has the best record of any coach after 49 games in a career.
Tomlin?
No, LaFleur, yeah, he's up there. Yeah, he has a really good record for being a young coach. What, 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah, he's got like a 750 win percentage, I think. So just trying to think off my head during the regular season, but the playoff record's not very good.
He's 39-10 in the regular season, so that's almost 80% wins. Mm-hmm. You can't argue with that. He's got something going on.
So, can I ask you a question, Mark?
Yeah.
Without trying to be rude, because I promise I'm not trying to be rude, but I have a question. Okay, so you kick everyone's ass in the regular season. What happens in the postseason? What happens?
Well, Brandon Bostic tries to field an onside kick that was going straight to Jordy Nelson. That was one of them that kept us out of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's true.
So there have just been most of the times when we lose in the playoffs, it's one or two plays that if they were to go either direction, it'd be a totally different result. And it was the same way last year against the Niners. If we could get a first down in the second half, it would have been a totally different game, but they just couldn't.
Yeah, because our quarterback like literally tried to give you guys that game whenever he threw that freaking pick right. That red zone pick.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
He tried
Jimmy
to give
G
it
threw us the ball like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, he tried to give it to you.
Is it the record?
Remember Charles Woodson when he used to talk about Jay Cutler with the Bears? Saying we knew Jay could get us the ball.
Right.
And it was kind of the same thing with Jimmy G last year. We knew he could get us the ball. It's just we had to catch it, and we didn't. So that's what cost us.
Goodness.
And then you guys against the Rams, I'm not sure what happened there either, because I figured that the Niners would win that one too.
Everybody thought that we had won that. First, we had a Tart that dropped that would have sealed the game. I don't care what nobody says. If he had caught that interception, that game would have been over, because that would have destroyed their mentals. Like the Rams' mentals would have been done. They would have been done for. That would have been it. But even that would have been it. There would have been no need for the other stuff that took place. But
exactly,
I was laughing at this comment right here. It just popped up and I just laughed. I was like, that's funny.
Hey, look, we laugh, but sometimes there was really times where I'm like, is Jimmy selling us out right now, dude? Because that's what it seems like.
It kind of seems that way whenever you watch him in some of the games, don't it?
Yeah, I'm like,
you
Jimmy,
wonder,
bro, are you trying to shake some points right now? Is he
right?
So can I say something about the Packers real quick though? Is it the record? Because like when the Packers get in every year, right? And they usually get in like with a really good record.
Yeah.
Would you guys be better off getting in like how we get in, like barely, and then we just rumble through everything? Because I think the year you guys won the Super Bowl,
exactly,
you guys got in and
like 9-7 or something like that. Wasn't it?
You guys were a 4 seed, I think, weren't you, Ron?
Yeah, barely get in.
I mean, Mark, I think you were the 4 seed that year, right?
No,
because that record's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. Let's be honest. Like 13-3. Now it's 14. Big record like that, 14-3, and you go in like just barely get in there, go to the wild card, and go on a run. I don't know. That's just my theory.
I'd rather be comfortable, but that's me. But I'd also rather win.
That's true too. Hey,
and
I tried.
Part of the thing is that playing in the division that we do, and I don't want to trash the other teams, but you got 6 games against the Vikings, the Bears, and the Lions.
Right.
Oh, so it's like the Cowboys situation then.
Or like whenever Tom Brady was in New England, it's kind of like before, Buffalo got, back to where they were, because before Josh Allen, when that whole division was like Tom Brady had 6 easy wins. It's the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not going 4-2, 5-1 in this division,
I get that.
Then you shouldn't be in the playoffs.
That's true.
Green Bay does finish with the Rams, Miami, Minnesota, and then Detroit. So I mean, it seems they always finish with Detroit, but that's a whole other story.
Yep.
But their bye week is week 14, so they're on that resting phase.
Oh man, you guys had a late bye week this year.
Wow.
Well, it's gonna be good to get rested at the end, but then you kind of wonder how many injuries are going to pile up before that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Playing 13 straight.
Well.
So Gina, what are we jumping here to next?
Oh yeah, so we're just doing predictions. What for the Packers?
I have them at 12-5.
12-5.
Yeah, I filled out my list a long time ago.
Now I don't do the snake. I don't do the snake puzzle like Adam does.
Ronnie, Jason, did you get one of these from me?
Wait, put it up really close, Adam, because it's hard to see. Yeah, see that snake? I can't. I've never done that before.
This is all you do is cross out the team that's going to lose against the team that's going to win. You circle it, then you count them all at the end, and that's your record. And I have and for my Niner fans, I have Seattle right now at 1-16. But that's what happens when you're at the bottom of the list.
No way. Seattle goes 0-17.
I like that better. And
I have them beating the Giants.
Okay, I'll give you that one. All right.
That's it. That's all the 4 I got.
Jimmy G could go to the Giants. I mean, I heard Daniel Jones sucks in training camp, but then again, you never know.
So my prediction for the Packers, I'm going to stick with Adam on that one. I'm going to go 12-5 for the season as well. Yeah, they're in a fairly cupcake division again, Chicago, Detroit. It won't be an easy 12-5 for Green Bay, though. They always have problems with injuries, and they do have that tough schedule in the middle of the season. But 12 wins is definitely attainable. I don't know if they're going to be as prolific of an offense without Devontae in there. But again, 12-5 is definitely attainable. I think we can do it.
I had them losing to Minnesota week 1. I also have them losing to Tampa, Buffalo, Philly, and Miami.
No, they're gonna beat Philly. They'll definitely beat Miami. Miami's overrated. And I know because
we still have the same record, Jay. So it's all good.
I used to be a Dolphins fan. Take it from me. Miami's overrated.
I was a Marino fan. So believe me, I know.
So was I.
Clayton, I just did this the other day. So
I was a 49ers fan.
I was a Packers fan.
Mark, let's go on to your prediction, bud.
I think I have got them either 12-5, 13-4, somewhere in that neighborhood. But I'm not as worried about the offense as what a lot of people are. I think we've got the receivers that are going to make things happen. And the game that I always look back to is when the Cardinals were 7-0, they played against the Packers. And I think that I was the next guy off the bench as a receiver. And Rodgers was still able to get guys the ball. And he got him a win against what was they were playing really well at the time. And then that kind of crashed the Cardinal season. But he was without Devontae Adams. He was without MVS. I don't remember if St. Brown played that game or not, but it seems like Randall Cobb and a bunch of guys that just walked off the street were playing, and Rodgers was still able to get it done. So I've got confidence in him to be able to do it with actual professional receivers.
What does San Francisco have Green Bay going at?
The same. I'm not going to bet against the Packers. I'm not going to bet against Aaron Rodgers. I'd be a fool.
Same.
Yeah.
I think
so you all have them at 12-5, 13-4, right
something
there.
Like that. Yeah, they'll be there for sure.
Something running there.
12-5 or 13. Yeah, something like that. That sounds about right.
They have Aaron, man.
He'll probably win MVP again.
That's right, and we know what Aaron says: RELAX, baby. That's right.
Anyone who is bold enough to show up in the Roadhouse and get up.
You know you love it, Crystal. You know you love it.
MVP for me.
Channeling Nick Cage. I love it.
Like Con Air, yep.
Yeah, crazy shit.
All I have to say, Crystal, is don't mess with the bunny.
Yep. Con Air.
Con Air reference right there.
Yep.
Why didn't you just put down the bunny?
Why don't you just put down the bunny? Yep.
Fantastic.
49ers season record prediction. I said originally at the beginning of before training camp, I said 14-3. Fuck it.
I love Gina's style there. That's great.
With the head roll, this is confident for real. Well, I'm going to be confident and say 12-5.
I guess that leaves me. I don't even know. But no, I'm going to stick with – I originally had said 10 wins. Look, guys, I'm all in on Trey. I'm going to keep it real. I am going to undercommit and overachieve. Hopefully that just works for me. Our schedule's brutal. We have a really brutal schedule. You got to respect the opposition.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick with 10 wins, 7 losses. The only thing I'm more hung up about is where we're going to beat the Cardinals and all that other stuff. But 10-7 for me.
I say we take the Rams, split the cards, and I don't know what the hell. But I will say this. The defense is going to probably win us like half those games.
Yeah.
There's I think that on the schedule, the reason why that I have us 12-5, it really doesn't even really have that much to do with Trey. It has more to do with the opposition. I feel like that some of these games are just going to be more about scheme and just intelligence. Look at this schedule. Just look at these coaches going against the other coach, like Niners Panthers. I mean, come on now. Rule's on his way out anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally got on the podium and said that he wasn't going to choose the quarterback. The players were going to choose the quarterback. I mean, come on now. I mean, he just, he needs to go. So I would say that one right there is on. So you just have different things like that as you look down at the schedule, different things. As you move down late in the schedule, it's so hard to predict because you don't know like what the teams are going to look like. You don't know how injuries are going to affect, anything that happens, whether it's us or if it's our opponents. It could be our opposition. So you just never know what's going to happen. So that's why I have us at 12 and 5.
Yeah, I like that too. I mean, both you guys, I totally understand where you're coming from. Adam?
We have a late bloomer.
Hey guys.
Hey.
What's going on?
Jess in the house. You made it before the.
And now it's my bedtime, Jess.
Yeah. You know what? Mine too.
What's up, Jess?
What's going on?
We were just giving our season record predictions.
Ah, 14
Hey, everybody.
and 3.
This is Jess. She's a 49er fan and fellow podcaster and esteemed colleague.
Hi, Jess.
Hey, Jess.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Jess.
I know my screen is small, but who's the angry person standing behind you?
I was ready to ask the same question.
That's Kyle Shanahan.
Okay.
That's Kyle after Jimmy missed that throw to Ayuk on 4th down.
Yeah, right?
And then he threw his papers in the air. And
So
Nice.
he's like,
Can you read off some of these online ones there, Gina, real quick?
What's that?
Should we read off like what they picked? The Niners throwback picked them 11-6. Melissa Rebel 14.
Oh, I was showing him on the screen.
Oh, are you? Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
see that. Sorry. I was paying attention to that side.
It's all good. It's all good.
Sorry.
I was showing him on the screen.
You said 14-3, right, Jess?
14 and 3, and we're losing once to the Cardinals, Chargers, and Bucks.
Okay, so you have us
Bucks,
beating, going to Mile High, beating Denver.
Absolutely. They're a little wounded right now. So
All right.
That's good.
I don't remember, Adam. You were joking about it earlier. What did I call them for?
Oh, Mark, you have them at 14 and 3.
Okay.
all right, go Mark. I'll buy you a
Yeah.
drink.
Who do you have us losing to,
you
Mark?
guys do. What's that?
I have them at 13 and 4. I have them going on a massive run and then losing to pretty much the Rams right before the bye at Los Angeles, and then Tampa I had them losing to, and Vegas. And
Interesting.
depending on the last game of the year, if it counts or not, they play Arizona. So if they don't need the win, they might
Don't
lose.
even think about
true.
it. You know what? That's a great point that you made there.
Yeah.
I will be at that Bucks game, and I'll be so pissed if I fly out the way that we lose that game, because that's not a game that I had us losing, and I think that I just did that because I'm going to be at that game. I want them to win that game.
You better be good luck.
Apparently, Russell Gage got hurt today in practice down there for Tampa.
Yes, that's right. He did. And another, I think another center or guard or something went down in Tampa also.
yeah,
I didn't see anyone else.
They
on
keep
my
losing
Tampa
people on that
report
O-line.
today.
Yeah, Ryan Jensen's out.
Yeah.
I
Who
did
did I
see
have them losing to,
see Jakeem Grant got hurt today up in Cleveland.
He's out for the season.
Yeah, he tore his
Was
ACL.
it wasn't. I didn't see it was a season. I just saw it was.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
unfortunately
ACL.
it's season ending. It sucks. I hate that.
I like Grant too.
I do too. I like him a lot.
Who did I have the Niners losing to, Adam?
What's that?
Who did I have the Niners losing to? I've slept since then.
Hold on. Let me read my pink list here. Denver, Kansas City, hold on, Mark. I just went over this. And Tampa.
I could still see 14-3, but with the injuries that Denver's had, I don't see them losing that game now.
So 15-2.
Oh.
The Packers
That
fans
was
making a
another
bold
wrong
prediction
list.
for the Niners here.
Oh. With
That
Trey
got to go
Lance, huh?
Right.
Defense going number 1, baby.
I love it.
Yes.
I think I was just concerned a little bit about the altitude. I know the first time that you have a bunch of young players when they go, to get in that environment, I just heard it can be kind of crazy. I think that's what I was kind of worried about. But like you said, Denver is hurting like really bad. There's definitely, I'm sure this is not what Russ signed up for whenever he decided to do that. You're like, great, more of this. I just left Seattle.
I still say they should have gotten rid of Pete Carroll instead of Russ, but
Jason just brought in
know.
Kyle Shanahan because he heard he was on the hot seat.
What'd you say,
Right.
Jess?
Rightfully
He's
so.
not on the hot seat.
I said that may be coming. You never know with Pete Carroll on the outs.
Yeah. Exactly. That's just a shitstorm over there.
Right.
When we were talking about that, Peachy, you mentioned that Trey Lance being a young quarterback might help Shanahan. The thing with that is that his future is tied to Trey Lance now.
Exactly.
So if Lance doesn't work out, Shanahan will be gone.
Yeah.
And as somebody who grew up in Broncos country, I saw what happened to Mike Shanahan. So Kyle's got to be looking over his shoulder too.
Yep. That's a good point.
Mike Shanahan was great in Denver.
I also think that they wouldn't have given up that much, draft capital to move up if they weren't 100% sure with Trey Lance.
You mean like when the Bears traded up to get Trubisky?
Yeah, that's the Bears. That's
Where's
a completely different regime. You can't even compare the both of them.
So
he is right though. You can't find a quarterback. That's a fireable offense. We'll see.
Unless you're
anyone looked in to see if there was a concert the week before you guys play in Mexico?
Oh yeah.
Remember last year they had to cancel the game because the grass couldn't handle the concert the week before.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yes, they did. We need to check that out.
I think they moved the game to Petco or SoFi.
It was moved to SoFi actually.
Yep.
Look, let's just be real. I don't even know why the NFL is still trying to have games in that stadium. It's just the conditions are not.
I don't either. I don't know why
it's dangerous. Let's be real.
I just don't even
It's Mexico City.
Even in a good stadium, you have problems with doing things like that. When I went to Lambeau and I toured, the week before, Kenny Chesney had a concert at Lambeau, and there was a big dead spot in the field where his stage had been. And so I can see how that would have happened, and especially in a lesser stadium. And Green Bay's actually got really good grounds crew and easy grass to replace. So stuff like that's going to happen, and you've got to be looking at things like that.
I just remember that game getting moved. It really threw me off.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I hate to say this, but I have to bail on you. I have other stuff to do, so I'm gonna have to jet.
I also have to go too, guys. But that's going to do it for tonight's show. So I'm going to go ahead and end the show. I want to thank you all for coming. And where could we reach all of you? And just quickly, starting with Crystal Peachy.
I'm at Crystal Peachy B on Twitter. All my social media is actually the same now. So Twitter, Instagram, everybody's great. Nitty Gritty Niners is on Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays now, where we preview the game beforehand. on the Wayne Breezy Network and on YouTube.WayneBreezy. And you guys go ahead and subscribe to that. It's fine. It was nice to meet you, Green Bay intelligent people.
Nice to meet you.
You are not all crazy.
Nice to meet you.
All the rumors were wrong. You're not all crazy. You're actually some very
good.
nice gentlemen. So thank you very much for doing this or whatever.
By our worst example.
Thank you, Crystal.
They're all not bad. Nah, these guys are really good people, guys.
Yes, absolutely.
And
all of you are.
And thank you, Crystal. And who is next? Jason, did you say you had to go, or was it?
Yeah, I do have to jet. Sorry for that. Gina.
Where can we reach you?
Yeah, so you guys can find me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @DodgerJason, because in addition to being a rabid Packers fan, I am also a rabid LA Dodgers fan. Adam can attest to that.
Yes, you are.
Follow me @DodgerJason on Twitter. Gina, I'm following you now. That's awesome. Mark, thanks for the follow, bud. I got you back.
Yeah.
And Adam, I already follow you. You know about that. So
yeah, we talk all the time, buddy.
Right. Okay, guys. So find me @DodgerJason. Don't be afraid to connect. Look forward to hearing from all of you. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks so much.
Good
night, buddy. Have a good night.
Okay, bye.
All right, Jay.
You're making me dizzy, Gina.
Your volume's gone. All right. Who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go. Yeah. So my name is Ronnie.
Your volume's gone, just to let you know.
She's on mute. You guys catch me on Twitter. Hey, I appreciate you guys having me. I actually got a book out. Hey, Packers fans, you guys keep it classy, man.
You too, Ron.
Yeah. Have a good night, y'all.
Mark?
Right.
Or Jess, who wants to go?
Yeah, I'll go. You can find me on Twitter at JM41484, and also part of the Always Faithful 24/7 show every Wednesday at 9 Eastern on YouTube. Join us, and it's nice to have some good Packers fans on the show.
Good to be here.
So take care, guys. Gina, congrats on your first show. Talk to you later. Go Niners.
All right, Jess.
And I'm Mark McCarthy.
Thank you, Jess.
I don't have a podcast or anything like that. I just kind of show up whenever Adam tells me to. So you can find me on Twitter at RoyalsWS1985. If you have trouble remembering it, it's the year the Royals won the World Series the first time. So that's RoyalsWS1985. Thanks for
Mark. It is always a pleasure. Hopefully, are you going to be able to try and make the lineup thing we're doing?
Tell me when it is again.
Well, we were working on it. I'm actually going to talk to someone afterwards on a different show, and he's coming on too. So we're going to set that all up.
Okay.
I will give you a date, but I just wanted to make sure you were going to come on.
Sounds good.
Sweet. It'll be fun.
Thanks for having me on, Gina.
Gina, you're on mute or turned off your mic.
Sorry about that. I had to change location and things got a little crazy and I made my mom upset. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. And Mark, you're the best. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on. Have a good night, guys.
All right, Mark. Take it easy, man.
You. Well, Adam, Gina? Thank you. Don't go anywhere. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on the first episode of Reppin' with Gina G. That's gonna do it. Adam, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh, this is gonna be an all-season thing. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yes, and not just Niners. So,
and we do have our week 1 guest lined up already. He is gonna come on. Andy,
this is week 1.
Mr. NFL outdated.
You mean for week 2? Oh, you mean for the season game
for the
1.
Bears? Yes.
We've got.
I think
Andy.
you talked to him actually, didn't you?
I did, and I'm lining up guests for preseason game 2. I've already got a couple of 49er colleagues. So
who we playing?
We are playing. I like how you say we, even though you're not a 49er fan.
I'm part of the fan base now.
I love it because we're playing the Vikings because you're like and you have now like all these 49er fans that are following you. It's so awesome.
So I will look for Viking fans. Gotcha.
And we've got people that want to come on the show. I love it. Everybody in the comments, thank you so much.
Oh, the comments were great tonight.
I know. I love everybody. And thank you all for following me. Make sure you guys follow Adam. His ad is Sports Talking It. All right.
Yeah, I had to put the it at the end. I don't know why.
No, I mean, it makes sense. You're sports talking it. All right.
There we go. Repping it to talking it.
So my main account is Gina Reppin' a Bay, but this show has its own account. It's Reppin' with Gina G.
And we also do the Warriors, Sharks, and the Giants.
That's right. We're doing all that. And make sure you subscribe to this channel, Driving to the Top.
I thank everyone that has. Some people already have, so yay! I thank you for everyone.
And tell your friends. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you for joining us. And with that, we are signing off to some groovy music.